Okay, so let us go with the extra problems pagdating ng inyong strength of materials. I have here 15 problems and yung notes natin will come out after this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So every 5, I'll take a break or every 3, I'll take a break. Okay? So nakuha na naman natin itong lahat ng anong to, ng formula na nandito. Ibibigay ko naman sa inyo tong notes in PDF. So let us proceed with problem number 1. Okay? Refresher course na lang to. So shafting. A round steel shaft transmits 10 HP at 2,500 RPM. The shear modulus of elasticity is 82 GPa. A torsional deflection is not to exceed 5 degrees in a length equal to 20 times the diameter. So, yung length daw niya is 20 times nung diameter. Find the shaft diameter in inches. So, marami tayong formula pagdating ng shaft. Okay? So, the power on the shaft, to recall lang, that is equal to Tn divided by the factor. Yan. So, what is the factor there? Okay, kapag SI units, okay, pag SI units, lagyan natin dito, SI units. Yung Tn mo, yung torque mo, dapat ang unit niyan is in Newton, millimeter. Tapos yung iyong N, that will be in RPM. Okay? And then yung factor, that will be equal to 9549000 Newton, millimeter, RPM per kilowatt. Okay? Ganyan dapat yung unit niya. How about English unit? Okay. Pag English unit yung torque mo, that is pound inch. Okay. Tapos yung N, RPM pa rin. Dito naman, that is 63025 pound inch per HP. Andito na yung RPM per minute. Minute na lang. Ayan. So, ganun yun. Anong hinahanap dito? The shaft in diameters. Now, meron na naman akong mnemonic sa inyo. Theta is equal to T L over JG. Now, when we're talking about the deflection, that is commonly in radians. Okay? Torsional deflection, this is in Newton millimeter. This is in millimeter, mas maganda. Yung J, that is pi over 32. Tapos D, cube ata. D cube ba? Let me check dun sa notes ko na lang mamaya. Okay? Pi D cube o pi D fourth. Pi D to the fourth pala. Polar yan eh. And then G. Okay? Rigidity, that is in 80 GPa kapag steel or simply 12 times 10 to the 6 PSI. Okay. Sir, para madali nating matandaan, kapag nakakita po ng sexy, tulo, laway ni Jimbo Guapo. Diba? Okay, kapag nakakita ng sexy for torsion, diba? Torsion, sexy, parang sexy. Diba? Parang sexy. Pwede rin, pag nakakita si Straw Hat, ayan, parang Straw Hat, oh, diba? Straw Hat Loopy. Tulo, laway ni Jimbo Guapo. Ayan. Taglaway si Jimbo Guapo. Pwede rin. Paala kayo kung paano nyo ano yan. Ano pa sir, meron pa ba tayong formula dyan? Siyempre, yung shear stress on the shaft. The shear stress on the shaft is equal to 16 T over pi D cube. Kapag solid, okay? Paano naman kapag hollow? Di equal sa 16 T D O over pi DO to the fourth minus DI to the fourth. Ganyan lang po yun. Sir, okay ha? Tandaan niyo yung mga formulang binigay ko sa inyo. Bilugan natin. This is the formula for the torsion. This is for the shear stress. And then this is for the power. General formula for power. Sir, gagamitin ko pa ba yung 2 pi Tn? Wag na, ito na lang. Tn over factor. So, ang hinahanap dito is the shaft diameter in inches. Okay, sinosolve ko 'to ng ano, sinosolve ko 'yan ng, tawag dito, sinosolve ko siya impromptu. So, saan po ako makakakuha dito sir ng, ah, tawag dito, saan ako makakakuha dito ng diameter, ayan, diameter in inches. Okay. Modulus of elasticity, binigay yung shear modulus of elasticity, this is G. Okay, binigay yung N, di binigay yung power. So, meron tayong length, yes. Dito, not to exceed 5 degrees in length. So, dito ako makakuha ng diameter. Okay. So, yung torque, sir, wala akong makukuha torque. Dito sa power. Ayan, no? 'Di ba? Mayroon tayong shear, may binigay ba yung shear stress? Okay, wala pong binigay na shear stress. So, dito natin siya kukunin. Okay. So, ilista natin dito that your power is equal to Tn over factor. Okay, tanggalin na lang natin yung factor. Gawin natin tong F na ganito. So, wala tayo nito. Okay? Tapos, meron tayong formula dyan for torsion. Okay? Torsional deflection. That is torque L over pi over 32 d to the fourth G. Okay. Ito yung kinukuha natin. D to the fourth. Now, wala rin tayong torque dito, di ba? Yes, wala tayong torque. Pero pwede natin tong isolve in terms of the torque. So, gawin natin ganito. Torque is equal to power times the factor divided by N. Ipasok natin dito sa equation na to. Now, algebraically, pwede nating masimplify yan. Theta equal to torque. Yun na yun, no? Torque, the power. Okay, yung torque, power. Tapos yung factor divided by N. Okay? Multiplied to the length over pi over 32 d to the fourth G. O sir, may nakita ako dito, di ba binigyan tayo that the length is equal to 20 of the diameter? O ganun yun. So, P, simplify na natin, times the factor. Okay? Tapos, akit ko na yung 32, multiplied to 32. Tapos, yung length, that is 20 ng D, over pi times N, D to the fourth, times G. O ngayon, may ka-cancel tayo. Yes, yung D. Cancel natin yung isa. Cancel natin to. Okay? Simplify natin. Magiging 3 lang to. Ayan. Sinisimplify ko na para sa inyo. Dire-diretso na lang ang solving yan. Mamaya na po kayo magko-convert. P times F times 32 times 20 divided by pi times N d cube times G. Okay. So, ang kinukuha natin dyan is the D. Okay? O, di kunin natin D cube. Equal to P times F. Ganyan ako mag-solve. Sinisimplify ko muna. Into one equation. Times 20 divided by pi N tapos theta times G. Ngayon, sir, tignan mo naka-HP siya. Naka-HP. Ang kailangan ko po dito, dapat i-ano ko na lang lahat siya. Igawin ko na lang SI units. Tapos sa dulo ko magko-convert into inches. Okay? Nakalagay dyan 5 degrees. Dapat naka-radian yan. Okay? Pasok na natin yung mga value. Wag mo muna i-cube muna to. D cube equal to. Yung power is 10 HP. Convert natin times 0.746 kilowatts per 1 HP. And then factor, SI nang gamitin nating factor, 9549000 Newton millimeter RPM per kilowatt. Yan, 1 kilowatt. Tapos 32 times 20. Yan. Tapos, pi times 2,500 RPM multiplied to theta 5 degrees times pi tapos 180 degrees para maging radian. You multiply to G, that is in GPA. Kailangan MPa. So 82 times 1,000 Newton per millimeter squared. Kaya naging ganon. Naka-GPA, di ba? Ayun, no? 82,000 MPa yan. Times 10 to the 3 dapat. Okay, so cancel natin yung same units bago tayo mag-cube. So HP, kilowatt, RPM, yung Newton, millimeter, akit mo na lang dito yung millimeter, okay? Millimeter cube yan. Maging mm cube. Okay, mm cube. Kasi hindi naman na-cancel eh. Kinancel ko lang para pagsama-samahin ko into 1. Millimeter cube, naka-cube to. So, ang gagawin natin dyan, for the final answer, ganun natin. Para hindi na tayo magko-convert. Sa dulo ko na lang i-convert. Okay? Cube root. Okay? Cube root. So, D will be equal to, isang pindutan sa calculator. 10 times 0.746 times 9549123 times 32 times 20 shift pi times 25 times 5 pi 180. Okay, 180 times 82,000. Yan. So, that is millimeter cube. Ngayon, i-cube root natin yung answer. Okay, that is 9.3263 mm times 25.4 mm 1 inch. Divide na lang natin ng 25.4. Now, ilang inches yan? That is 0.3672 inches. Okay? That is the answer for problem number 1. Ganun lang kadali yun. I-simplify nyo muna, alamin nyo yung formula. Algebraically, you can simplify it. And then, sa dulo ka parati magko-convert. Okay? That is for problem number 1. Kahit makita nyo dito, wala akong hawak na kahit anong papel. I'm solving it impromptu. Okay? Next problem. A hollow shaft. Yan, hollow shaft. Hollow. With outside diameter of 50 mm and then wall thickness of 10 mm. So, outside, lista mo kagad, DO is 50 mm. Thickness is 10 mm. Used in a torsional application based on operating speed of 200 RPM, factor of safety of 8, how much kilowatt power can it transmit if the shearing stress is 3/5 of the ultimate stress of 80 PSI? Ngayon, wala kang, di ba ang SS is 16T? Kaya lang this is hollow. DO over pi. Okay, 16TD over pi DO to the fourth minus DI to the fourth. Ang problema, wala kang DI. Dissolve mo yung DI mo muna. DI is equal to DO minus 2T. Yan, ganyan lang. Di 50 minus 20. DI will be equal to 30 mm. Tapos merong operating speed. Okay. How much kilowatt power? The power is asked. So, Tn over factor. So, shearing stress is 3/5 of the ultimate stress. So, SS is equal to 3/5 ng SUS divided by factor of safety. Di ba ganyan yun? Shearing stress. Going back dun sa mga notes natin. Di ba binigay ko sa inyo sa discussion? Andito yan, ultimate stress. Ayan, no? Design stress, shearing stress. Yan yun. Design stress. Okay? SU divided by FS. O, yan. SS, shearing stress. Okay? Going back, saan na tayo? Ayan. So, 3/5 of SU, SD, SUS. Shearing stress is equal to 3/5 of the ultimate stress. Ay, okay. Hindi pala ganyan. So, SS is 3/5 ng SUS. Ayan. Shear stress ka na agad. Tapos, the factor of safety. Based on operating speed, the factor of safety is, ang hinahanap dito is D. Hindi, yan na pala yung shear stress mo. Okay? Solve na natin. So, power, lista mo muna, makakuha ka ng torque. Wala kang torque dito, shearing stress. Ang hinahanap mo is the power. So, terms of torque tayo. Okay? So, based on the torque, power ang hinahanap. Power is equal to yung torque. Baguhin natin to in terms of the torque. Okay? Yan. Based on the torque, SS is equal to, ayan, in torque na pala tayo. Okay. SS multiplied to pi times DO to the fourth minus DI to the fourth divided by 16 DO. That is equal to the torque. Okay, ipapasok ngayon natin dito sa equation na to. Okay, power is asked. Power equal to SS pi DO to the fourth minus DI to the fourth multiplied to N divided by factor times 16 DO. Okay. In kilowatts. Sir, gagamitin pa po ba natin yung factor of safety dyan? Hindi na kasi binigay na yung shearing stress that is 3/5 of the ultimate stress na 80 PSI. Binigay na ito eh. Okay? Kasi kung design stress, gagamitin mo talaga yung SUS divided by FS. Kaya lang hinahanap kilowatt power based on shearing stress. If the shearing stress, okay? Based on the shearing stress. So, power is equal to SS niya. That is 3/5 nung 80,000 PSI. Kaya lang gusto ko to naka-SI. Okay, ano ba yung conversion natin dyan? That is 80,000 pounds per square inch times yung conversion of unit, 14.7 PSI. Tapos, 0.101325 Newton per millimeter squared. Sir, ano yan? Yan po yung MPa. Okay, lagay natin dito. This is MPa. Tapos, multiplied to pi, multiplied to DO. Ano yung DO mo dyan? That is 50 mm to the fourth minus 30 mm to the fourth. You multiply it with N. Ilan ba yung N mo dyan? 200 RPM. Divided by the factor. Yung 9549 since that is SI. 1, 2, 3 Newton, millimeter, RPM, per kilowatt. Yan. Times 16, times yung DO that is 50 mm. Now, let us cancel all the same units. Yung PSI, PSI, Newton, Newton, yung millimeter dito, magiging cube. Ito, millimeter to the fourth, nasa baba na, cancel na ito, cancel yan, cancel yan, cancel yan. RPM, RPM. So, ano tira is kilowatt. Okay, let us solve. Mahaba lang talaga siya. All you gotta do is to understand the problem first. Okay, 3/5 times 80 divide by, multiply ko na to ng 0.101325. 14.7 yung baba. Times pi times, okay, 50 to the fourth. minus 30 to the fourth times 200. Divide by 9,549,123 times 16 times 50. The answer will be 148 kilowatts. Okay. The power is 148.04 kilowatts. Ba, ang dali lang mag-solve kapag sinisimplify mo muna yung problem. Okay, that is for problem number 3. Very basic. Okay, sinosolve ko yan impromptu ha. Number 3, a solid circular beam. Ayan, solid steel circular beam. 80 millimeter in diameter with a torsional capacity of, yung torque daw niya. Torque is 800,000 Newton millimeter. Is to be replaced by a hollow shaft with only one half of its torsional strength. Compute the wall thickness in millimeter if the inside diameter is 5/8 of the outside diameter. Problema. Okay. So, half of the torsional strength. Sir, meron po ba tayo ditong shortcut? Yes. We do have a shortcut here. Diyan yung shortcut niya. Ginawan ko na ng shortcut yan. Okay? Hanapin ko lang ha. Okay, parang wala dito. Nandun sa shaftings. Okay, sa shaft. Kopyahin ko pag equal. Ito. Kopyahin ko na lang sila lahat. Okay, going back here. Sa shaftings. Yun. So, for shaftings, pag sinabing equal torsional strength, pwede mong gamitin ito. Sa hollow, yung solid gagawin mong hollow, tapos yung same weight, okay, pwede mo rin gawin to. Pero may nagbigay dito kasi ng condition. Nagbigay ng condition dito. Hindi mo pwedeng gamitin ito kasi equal torsional strength. Pero ang binigay dito, half of the torsional strength. Now, ibig sabihin, half the torsional strength, that the torsion okay, the torsion of the hollow shaft is half of the torsion of the solid shaft. Now, 'di ba, dito tayo nagmula. Okay. Kapag solid shaft, yung shear stress nila, okay, magkaiba. Okay? Pero sinabi dito diameter with the torsional capacity is to be replaced by hollow shaft. Okay. Ano relationship nila? We assume na ang pinalitan lang dito kasi yung torsional capacity, but the shear is constant. Yan. The shear is constant. Now, the shear is constant, so sasabihin mo dito half lang yung torsional capacity. Okay, kung shear stress nila is equal, yung sa solid is equal, okay? So, this is 16 torque nung torque nung solid divided by pi d nung solid, okay? Pi d cube equal to 16 torque nung sa hollow do divided by pi do to the fourth minus di to the fourth. Ang problema nga kasi half daw nito yung value. Okay, hindi sila magkaparehas. Equal yung equal yung kanilang shear pero magkaiba ng value. So we cancel all the same units, itong pi, yung pi, yung pi, yung pi. Okay, let us simplify. Yung TS solid divided by d cube equal to THS DO over DO to the fourth minus DI to the fourth. Kaya lang ang problema dito. The wall thickness. Ang kinukumpit natin, wall thickness. If the inside diameter daw. Okay. Kailangan isolve natin yung sa 5/8 of the outside diameter. Okay. 80. Okay. So, iyan natin to. Solve natin yung value ng DI. So, DI ang hinahanap dito. Okay, DO ay 80. Dun solid circular beam. Sa solid yan ha. TS, ano bang solid niya is 800,000. So, this is 800,000 divided by 80. Millimeter yan ha. Millimeter. As to Newton, millimeter. Yung torsional dito, that is half daw. Yung sa hollow shaft, that is 400,000 Newton, millimeter. Yung DO, in terms of DI, 5/8 outside diameter. Yung DI daw. Solve muna natin yung DO. DO. Okay. Tapos yung DO to the fourth minus yung DI, 5/8 of DO to the fourth. We simplify, cancel all the same units. Yung Newton, millimeter, millimeter na tira. So, pagsamasamahin ko muna ha, bago ko i-simplify. So, 800,000 divide by 400,000 times 80 ay equal to DO over DO to the fourth minus 5/8 raised to 4. Okay, 5/8 raised to 4. That is 625 over 4096. 625 over 4096. DO to the fourth. O, ngayon, cancel natin yung DO dito. DO. Okay? Ito naman, 800, bali 2 over 80. Tama, no? 1 over DO cube 1 minus 625 over 4096. Okay, DO cube. Huwag mo na pansinin yung unit. Ang lalabas na lang dyan, mm cube. So, lipat ko na yung DO dito sa labas. DO cube equal to 80 over 2 times 1 minus 625 over 4096. Okay? Yung buo. Now, kunin natin yung cube root nito. Yung cube root nito. That will be the value for DO. DO is okay, cube root. Shift. Okay. Ito. Cube root ng 80 divide by 2, dapat 40 na lang. Times 1 minus 625 divide by 4096. Okay. The value for in mm, that is 3.614 mm. Tama, no? Eh, ganun lang talaga yung value niya. Half of the torsional strength. DO ba talaga yan? Para maliit. Lumiit siya. May mali ba ako dyan? Tama naman. Bakit kaya? Okay, that is the DO niya. Okay? Ano bang mali ko sa pindutan niya? Wala naman. Ayan, pwede na yan. That is DO. Parang ang liit, no? Kaya hindi ako naniniwala, parang ang liit niya. Solid steel, circular, to be placed by a hollow shaft with only one half of its torsional strength. Oh, tama naman. Wala ka namang shear na ibinigay dyan. Okay? Equal lang yung shear dyan, ibig sabihin. Mhm, mhm. D cube. Yun ang problema ko pala. Hindi ko naging 80 cube. Ayun. Kaya pala ako nagtataka. 80 cube. Okay. Doon na tayo nagkamali. Okay. 80 cube. Yun. 80 cube. Kaya napansin ko yan. Liit masyado. So, i-correct natin siya. 80 cube lang to. Buti na lang nakita ko. Yan. 80 cube. Yan, Sir Wilby. 67. Ayun. Kaya nagtataka ako. Sabi ko, ang liit eh. Diba? Magtataka kayo. Ganyan kaliit ang shaft nyo. So, dapat alam nyo rin kung kailan nyo masasabi na mali yung sagot nyo. 67.0987. Ay, hindi, 87. 989 millimeter. Okay na yan. DO. Anong kukunin natin dito ng sagot? DI naman. So, DI will be, di ba 5/8 nito? Di multiply mo ng 5/8 times 5/8. Di 41. 41.9368 mm. That is DI. Ang hinahanap natin dito is thickness. From the formula na DO is equal to DI plus 2T. O, thickness ang hinahanap natin. Okay? T will be equal to DO minus DI divided by 2. O, yun na yun. So, pwede na mag-solve. So, 67.0989 minus 41.9368 divided by 2. The thickness will be 12.6 mm. 12.581 mm. Approximately 12.6 mm. Okay, that is for problem number 3. Let us take a 5-minute break after this.